Tucson's rock station. Rock 102.1, Oro Valley, Tucson. An Arizona Lotus Corp radio station. You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Wednesday, February 18th. Good morning, Kendall.
Good morning.
Good morning, Yas Money.
Buenos dias.
And good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. Going to have a great show for you today. Lots of things to give away. Yesterday, we announced that Shinedown is coming to Tucson, the Tucson Arena, on August 4th. It's part of their Dance Kid Dance Part 2 tour. And they're bringing Coheed and Cambria with them, and From Ashes to New. It's going to be a sick-ass show.
A nice lineup.
Hell yeah. And Rock 102.1 presents it, and it's going to be at the Tucson Arena. All the good things. Checks all the boxes. And we're grateful for that. We're excited for that. And we're going to be giving away a pair of tickets for the KFMA presale. Goes on sale this morning at 10 a.m. And your opportunity to win those tickets will be at 8 a.m. this morning. On top of that, we got the hilarious comedian John Mulaney. We're going to be giving away tickets for his show that's coming to town as well. And tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners, just to start things off as listener bait. But that's not all. Well, yeah, I mean, we'll have guests and stuff. As far as giveaways, that's it. What more do you want from me, blood? Literally giving out the entire prize closet as we do to, buy our friendship around here. But we're going to have friends stopping by. Chrissy from Tucson Doobie is going to be in on the podcast broadcast. Comedian Michael Turner is going to be joining us on the podcast broadcast as well. And Rico will be in a little bit later. But let's get to our top story at hand. It doesn't look good for, Tucson, Sheriff's Department on a national level as they continue to fumble the ball. It's like
what's happening now? Well,
here's the deal, and the phone lines are open. Maybe you could help me out with this if you know, and I know it's early. Right. But, as they're looking for, as the case develops in Nancy Guthrie and her disappearance, the sheriff's department combed the area, surrounding area, and they said they found a glove, right? Very reminiscent to like OJ. And they're like, we found a glove. This is a glove that looks like it was the glove that the guy wore. And we're going to run it through DNA. Okay. And so
2 weeks after.
Yeah. Well, but still they got it. And they're like, okay, good. Yeah. And hopefully we'll be able to close the gap on this. Now, when it was initially reported that they found a glove, there was Facebook groups and, Reddit threads saying, well, yeah, you're going to find gloves in that area. They're probably going to find 50 more gloves in that area. And I'm like, well, that's weird. Why would there be so many gloves there? So long story short, they did DNA analysis and they said that the DNA from the glove does not match any of the DNA they got from the crime scene. So meaning it was a dead lead altogether. Back to square one. Now authorities are asking local gun shops and businesses throughout the area with the picture that we all saw on the ring cam or the Nest cam saying, have you seen this man? I'm like, with or without mask? Because I don't know what he would look like without the mask. And nobody's walked into my business wearing a ski mask in Tucson. So, it's baffling. It's frustrating. And there's literally, they're right where they started from. And that's where it is. But that area, for whatever reason, supposedly has a lot of gloves.
Yeah.
Why? Have you heard why? Do you know why?
I don't know why. And also, do we think this person is dumb enough to just here, let me just ditch him within a few mile radius for them to find later?
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that's going to work. I also saw he just did an interview. I don't know if it was through the BBC. That's where I saw it. But
the kidnapper?
No, sorry. The sheriff. Yeah, Chris Hanna. And he said, I feel like she's here locally.
Right.
He said, I don't have any reasons as to why.
No.
I just feel that.
Yeah. It's my sheriff's
it's
intuition.
His gut, instinct.
But
I'm
also just keeping it so limited. Everything is so compacted to just like them. They don't want anything else to go out.
Oh, I know. And nor should they, honestly, because it's not a good look on them. And I'm sure it doesn't help the case. And it's definitely a bad look for the sheriff. And, as it continues to become a mystery and even more of a mystery with no clear leads or answers, it will come back on the sheriff politically. And that's just how it is. So, like, there's a lot riding on this for this man's career. But, of course, a lot more riding on this woman's life. And so, again, everything about this still continues to confuse. But I will say the longer it goes on, the less it becomes a top priority in the mainstream media, because to find these stories of this, developments in this case, you have to start scrolling further and further down the page to get them. Right. Yep. As opposed to initially is right there at the top. And that says a lot as far as public interest waning on this. And, a lot of the public opinion just assuming like, well, it's over and I guess I'll never solve it. Wait for the Netflix series. So that's where the developments are on that case. That's on.
Have you seen what the TikTok psychics are saying?
What are the TikTok psychics saying?
I saw one yesterday, and this girl said, "This woman will not let me go to sleep. This woman will not let me go to sleep. She is still keeping me awake. She's no longer alive. She's somewhere in the desert." And then I go in through the comments, because she keeps going about it. She goes, "She will not let me sleep. She thinks that this is, way too over-escalated. Like, it's just going over the top. Like, someone just go find me." That's apparently, the message that she's receiving. So I go into the comments, and someone was like, "This isn't the first video I've seen that says the same thing about her mom."
Well, look, dude, if I was to pretend to be a psychic on, TikTok, I would assume that as well. In the desert, yes, we have the desert surrounding us and stuff like that. And unfortunately, you're like, yeah, I was one of the theory that she may have unfortunately passed away when her pacemaker disconnected from her phone. And, and then from there, it was just all dispose and then try to get something out of it. Maybe, maybe not. And then now there's a bunch of copycats. It's messy. The whole thing is messy. And if it's random, that's a whole nother issue that's problematic, obviously, for us as a community, because, like random crimes happening in this town is no bueno. And that's not something that we want to see for us or our neighbors at all. In fact, actually, I'm friends with those police scanner groups, right? Apparently there was someone on, I think, First and Glen or something like around there, First and Roger apartment complex, in that area. It's a little sketch. Apparently somebody I just scrolled it, but it was like you barged into somebody's apartment, flashed the dong, and then it was basically serial flashing, but by breaking in and doing that.
Whoa, breaking and flashing.
Yeah, and a level of confidence you gotta have for that. You know what I mean? Like, I would sneak in and do a little peekaboo, but I couldn't do like a break in a helicopter. That's a you got to be blessed for that. Like, all right, look at that. It's like night, and it was cold yesterday.
And then you run out.
Yeah.
You got to be fit. You got to be confident.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so you could eliminate me as a suspect immediately. If the victim could describe seeing the penis, it ain't your boy. All right, let's get to our show here. We got a lot to get to, including your morning on the meltdown of Shia LaBeouf. I need to get that joke out of the way before we welcome our next guest. Rico and I are very excited to welcome back good friend of the show. It's been a minute, and he has a brand new comedy special that is just being released on YouTube. Let me introduce you, the one, the only comedian Michael Turner. What's going on, Michael? Good to see you, brother.
What is good, fellas? What a way to transition from a national kidnapping to the size of your penis. Dude, that's awesome. Good morning.
That's what this show's all about.
You know what I did after that, dude? Yeah. Just as much of a fucking idiot I am on mine. We're not on the FM side yet, but I talked about the debate about turning soliciting prostitution into a felony or not, right? And then talked about like having sex with AI robots, and then then remembered, oh yeah, I have a Girl Scout coming in next. We're going to be talking about cookies.
Oh no.
That was transition. That was my transition. So that was the first.
Speaking of a small penis, how about these thin men?
Dude. Wasn't even the roughest transition of the morning. Man.
I got some more.
Also, but to say, this older woman gets kidnapped and she might have passed away. Honestly, what an exciting way to go out. If that ends in hospice or palliative care, that's a snooze fest. I think there's some excitement in passing away like that. And I'm happy to hear that there's still crime in Tucson. So
yeah, oh yeah,
Still.
it's alive and
No
well.
shortage.
We're just happy to be
Going
noticed
strong.
at all, to have anybody talk about Tucson on national scales. Like,
I
yeah, guys,
know.
we still exist. You know,
100%, dude. Once U of A lost that game, I thought they were going to stop talking about you guys. They're not undefeated anymore, and so it's good that crime is back and top of the radar. I'm proud of you guys. I don't say it enough. Dirty
Yeah,
T.
thank you. Well,
Also, Rico is my guy. I did not know Rico is involved. That's my boy, dude.
I know.
I've known for a while, but he used
No, I
to
was
do
so
artwork
excited.
for me when we were popping in Phoenix. I love it.
Back before AI was a thing, man.
yep,
Dude,
absolutely.
I don't do
And
AI artwork is not the way. It's got to be human made. I actually don't mind AI for a lot of stuff, but I don't like the
Right.
So
Why'd you do the
it's a
Trump
human
hands?
touch.
Said that.
He's good at the Trump hands.
Yeah.
Because I got to keep it in frame.
Yeah,
You're like AI.
he's a pro. So
I don't mind it.
Turner was doing that before Trump.
Exactly. So we'll give you a
Yeah.
little backstory. Michael Turner here, he kind of cut his chops at the Tempe Improv and the Tempe comedy scene. And that's where we go way back. I've had Michael on the show at my house years ago when he was first starting and stuff. And of course, Rico worked at the Tempe Improv and I got to
Golden
be boys with him from there. And then from there, Michael's been making a name for himself throughout the nation, traveling as part of being like a Cincinnati Bengals comedy correspondent, going to every single NFL stadium away game that you can go where the, Cincinnati Bengals are like playing at, and then performing in cities and kind of building up that grassroots fan base all over the country, which is great to see. I mean, you're just a working comedian now. Congratulations on that.
I appreciate it. Yeah, man. I came up in Phoenix, came up in Arizona, very proudly representing the Arizona comedy scene. It was great when I was there. And obviously I came out to LA and you're just like, man, I want to be a headlining comic. And these days you got to, think outside the box. And so I was like, shoot, I love the Bengals and I love stand-up comedy. And I combined a tour. And those are two very sad things to love. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
When combined, electric.
Yep.
But yeah, I started this tour and it's been something that people have really gravitated towards. I like drinking in public and talking shit and in public places. And it's something that I have leaned into and it's been super fun. So yeah, I started that tour 3 years ago. It's called the Road Warrior Tour. I started it with probably like 10,000 followers and on Instagram specifically. And now I'm at like 110,000 now. And we dropped the first special and it's been cool, man. It's been cool to see it grow, and I appreciate you guys still rocking with me, not forgetting about me as I climb to the top, baby.
Yeah, it's hard to forget about you when you're all over our algorithm. And for those of you
dude.
asking, like Brian was saying, put the YouTube link. I do have the YouTube link in the description, but I also put the YouTube link for his comedy special live on New Year's Eve. And that's going to be right here in the chat as well. So you'll be able to pull that up, or just search in Michael Turner while you're there. Subscribe to that. But we're about 20 seconds from on the air. I want to talk about all things the comedy special, you shooting your first comedy special, doing it on New Year's Eve, picking a town that's very like Tucson similar in a way, because it was a Fort Collins.
In Colorado.
Yeah.
Which is basically like a Tucson in Colorado, for real. So let's get on the air here.
Come on, let's not talk smack about Fort Collins like that.
All right. Well, welcome back to the show. It's Me Figure Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast with a good friend of the show, comedian Michael Turner, who just released a brand new comedy special that you can watch on YouTube for free $99. And it's Michael Turner live on New Year's Eve. We got Michael Turner joining us right now from his place in LA. Welcome to the show, Michael.
What is going on? Appreciate you guys having me on. Good to see you guys.
Of course, yeah, it's good to be seen, dude. And you start off your comedy special, with a statement that, it's like, oh yeah, that is obvious. He's like, hey, Michael said, I never seen a comedian shoot a comedy special on New Year's Eve, so I'm just gonna do it, right? And then I was thinking about it, and I love comedy specials, all of them, right? And I'm like, yeah, actually,
yeah.
Why hasn't that happened?
I like how we're doubting him. We're like, let's double check.
Yeah.
Well, so what's funny is I said that, and then I didn't. I said it before checking, and then I was like, I should probably verify this.
Yeah.
I should go back and check this. But I watch our president a lot, and he doesn't verify anything before. I just like shooting from the hip. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People like
Trump
that.
hands.
Yeah, people like that. At least half the people like that.
People like that. Yeah, say it boldly and firmly, and people won't question you. But yeah. So I had never seen it. I thought it was interesting. It's usually a night. The reason for that is because it's a night that's reckless. It's rowdy. People are drunk, and obviously, as a professional, highly functioning alcoholic, it's amateur night for boozy people too. They don't know how to handle their booze, and so it's not ideal for comedy in general, but also to film a special, you want a lot of control. But my comedy style, you guys have known me long enough. I'm very loose and free flowing in a way where I know where I'm going to go, and I'm not going to let you deter me from that. And I would much rather be around people that are reckless and rowdy. And I was like, this could be interesting. And so we shot it on New Year's Eve.
How was your Johnny Cash at Folsom right there?
You know what? A little bit, yeah. I definitely want to be in the environment that I think I thrive most at, and prison wasn't an option for me
yet.
No, actually, it was. Shout out to getting a DUI in Scottsdale, Arizona, back in 2008.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Sheriff Joe, you're the man, dude.
Yeah. Did you do Tent City? Did you weekends in Tent City?
I did 30 days out there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I did Tent City too. What time of year was your Tent City experience?
So it was supposed to be in the summer, and I kept pushing it. So I pushed it to October, which I didn't think about because then I missed a really good World Series. The Giants beat the Rangers. But I got to hear it through the radio that some guy snuck in his underwears.
You heard it through Ass Radio, which is great.
Shout out to Chico. Shout out to the Chicanos. I was in a pretty good tent actually. We were moving most of the drugs for the woods, aka the honkies, and then I had the main Chicano in my tent too. And you build rapport with the right people. You're getting fed and you're listening to the radio. So.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely. And it's like camping for sure. That's a legitimately an experience at Tent City. And they don't have Tent City there anymore because I guess they deemed it inhumane. But
isn't that fun? It's so crazy to think about that. They get to do things like that and say, this is inhumane. And then I'm like, so I was inhumanely treated? Are you kidding me? Is that what you just said?
Yeah. Yeah, and you survived. You're a survivor. You know, what's great about Michael's comedy style, and you'll see this in the comedy special, Michael Turner, Live on New Year's Eve, which is available on YouTube everywhere, is, his ability to, not only improv on the fly, but make friends. You're going across the country and you're doing a lot of man on the street when you're not on stage. And on stage, you're doing crowd work like it's man on the street. And it is one of the strengths that you have that is literally second to none to a lot of comedians and performers out there. You do so well in the moment. So when you're putting on a comedy special, knowing that I'm shooting this, I'm gonna with the goal of uploading it to YouTube, as long as it doesn't suck, right? Yeah. And you're like, but I don't know if it's gonna suck or not because it's really 100% up to me in the moment and how this crowd works with me, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I tried to. You try not to I don't know. I always think of like Tommy Boy when he just rips that piece of bread apart. You don't want to give it the stranglehold too much. Is what you don't want to do, and that's a reference for people that are over 35 years old. Yeah. But also, if you're listening to the radio at this hour in the morning, you're at least 42.
That's right. That's our demo, baby.
You know how to work the FM dial still. So you know what I'm saying? How he's like, you don't want to give it the stranglehold because it'll rip apart, right? And you'll ruin it. And so my best thing that I've gotten better at is taking that deep breath before going on stage and really just allowing the moment to be the moment and trusting that I've done this enough where it's worked out before. Remind yourself that it's been really positive in the past and trust the fact that it'll hopefully be that way moving forward. And so just kind of being free, but and it's a skill set that I know that I have. I wanted to lean into my strengths. I think it's something that also sets me apart I appreciate you guys saying that you think that highly of it because I'm confident in it too. And I think that these days there's a million comedy specials you guys can sit at home and watch today on Netflix, on Hulu, or whatever. I'm telling you to go to YouTube to see me. Why should you do that? Because I think that I am uniquely set up to do this in a way that I don't think you've seen any other comic do it. So, and I think that really shines in this special. So I'm proud of it for that, for sure.
And I concur, and I'm proud of you as well. And honestly, you can see seeing is believing. It's how his crowd work is second to none. And I know that we've talked to comedians before. They talk about how written stuff is not for posting, and crowd work is. So it also works in such a day and age where you have to make all your content, your long form content, into short form content. So basically, you release an hour long special, you got an hour long special, but then you also have 60 different clips that you can make at least from the hour-long special, just showcasing and since it's all crowd work, it's not jokes that you will do again, so it's not jokes that you would burn out or get going into another crowd where they'll try to predict the punchline and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's cool when I do it on the road because I know that everybody in that room knows that what they saw was something that will not be duplicated again. It is an experience that we just had, and a lot of the things were created on the fly. But also, I know it is loose in that way. How I describe my comedy is, I know crowd work is a thing that's kind of taken over, and it's a common term that everybody knows. Honestly, within that hour that you see on YouTube, it's a lot of material. I just know how to get to it in a way that looks very conversational. Those are things that I have in the back pocket. And I would much rather get to the joke in a way that's conversational, and it feels like it might be free in the moment, because I call my sets, usually they're like a choose your own adventure book. I didn't know what jokes would actually end up in this hour based on where maybe a reaction might go. But what I do is try to make it look like it all is thought of on the spot. And if you think that, then I did my job right, because I know for a fact that a lot of that stuff is me weaving things in and out that I already knew or I maybe have already said before, but making it look like that's the magic trick. So and I went to Fort Collins, Colorado, to be around the whitest community in this part of the country, and just dwell with the honkies.
Right. Yeah. So check out Michael Turner's comedy special on YouTube. Michael Turner live on New Year's Eve. He's simple to find there. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe. He's got hilarious content 24/7. We're going to continue the conversation here with Michael on the podcast broadcast. We also have Chrissy from Tucson Doobie joining us. She's got an event that we could exclusively talk about on the YouTube stream. So, if you're down, wink, wink, you want to join us, youtube.com/bevegan. We'll be back with more after music with 311 on Rock 102.1. KFMA. Clear. All right. So,
I am so excited.
So we go back and forth, right? Boom, boom.
Yeah, I see what's going on now. I see what's happening here.
Yeah. You're picking it up.
What the fuck, man?
Sound like you were talking about weed, but I don't know what you're talking about.
No, we're talking about weed, man. And
let's go.
Tucson, dude, get that microphone close to you there, Chrissy. And this is our friend Michael, by the way. And so squeezing a little closer to Rico.
I thought for a second that Michael thought he got cut off because of the word honky, and the producers were like, "Get him off,
get him off,
honky,
get him off,
get him off."
Cracks in the ship.
Yeah. Oh, you might have to hold that. Sometimes it gets a little limp.
That's little wonky.
Yeah. So with with marijuana, the way the laws work, right? Since it's not federally legalized, we can't talk about it on the radio at all. But Chrissy, she has this fantastic group, Tucson Doobie, on Instagram and stuff, and they put together weed of like bar crawls and shit like that, like all this cool stuff with dispensaries and giveaways. In fact, actually, I just go to a Tucson Doobie event to get my weed for the entire year because they're just giving free shit like crazy, which is amazing. I know it is a beautiful thing, dude. I noticed you. I mean, you got your gimmick down. Where I won't even say gimmick style. You're always in a sweat one suit, right? You know what I mean? Like, this is your style. You get comfortable. You're just like you're almost like 24/7 Costanza. You're like, if I could do this as a living and just be at my peak comfort and never have to wear jeans or dress pants or any shit like that unless I'm doing a sketch, then I'm just wearing my sweats.
I think it's just about being yourself as much as you can. What I want to do on stage is be as comfortable as I can be, especially if I'm somebody that is trying to be in the moment as much as I can be. And I want to be comfortable. And so, I don't like wearing jeans and button ups and stuff like that. I rock sweats. I rock Puma. I'm dating a Vietnamese girl, so I want to support her family heritage and the hierarchy. They've made every piece of clothing that Puma has made for the past 30 years. So,
I'm supporting you.
Yeah, right. And also, Chuk Mung No Mai, Happy New Year to all my fire horses out there. But So yeah, it's a style, and I've leaned into it, and it works for me. So yeah,
You have your own line still, don't you? Are you still selling your own?
I do. Well, there were some issues with the branding, but yeah, I do sell my own stuff.
Branding?
The only thing I sell actually is I sell shirts that insinuate that 9/11 was an inside job. I have a shirt that says "Buildings don't fall like that," and a shirt that says "I miss George W. Bush." And it's fun. It's the 9/11 package. If you buy two, you buy them together. They're $54.66 or 6 easy payments of 9/11.
No.
There we go.
You know, you do a good job too in this like this polarized political landscape, right? Of being able to, kind of tread the line when it talks about, politic jokes and humor, especially when it comes to Trump and stuff. You ever got yourself in the weeds in certain markets where people are still like, a little too angry? You got a little too close to that line?
I think people don't get I don't really anger them. They might just not laugh. They might just kind of tighten up. I haven't really had anybody react like super aggressively. And if they do, honestly, then, give them enough rope to hang themselves. And then that's where my crowd work kind of skills come in. Because the nice thing I try to always be is I want to be informed on both sides. If I have also, my opinions are very much in the middle anyway, but I need to know how to make fun of somebody on the super right and the super far left. And I don't even know if you're familiar with the horseshoe theory, but it's the same way to make fun of both of them because they're both idiots.
Right.
And so they're thinking the same way. They just don't know how close they are aligned. But so yeah, I try to be very informed on if I'm making fun of the political landscape in this way, know what the counterpoint is, so I know how to bob and weave and be able to know how to call them an idiot in a public place. How about that?
Yeah, I love it.
I almost feel like he gets more anger and vitriol aimed towards him with the food reviews he does at every city he goes to.
100%. 100%. I went to Buffalo and ate some wings. First of all, you want to talk about political landscape? There's a place called the 9/11 Tavern. And I did a food review there, and I just did. It's a whole thing. I just made. I asked the chef if what was the guy, Jeff Silverstein or whatever, the guy that wasn't at the.
In 9/11.
Yeah. What's his name? Yeah, I was talking about the guy that wasn't at the World Trade Center that owned the building on that. Is he working today? And this server just had no idea what I was talking about. She's like, I think he took an early flight. I was like, classic.
Oh, and my
God. I was like, I asked him, I was like, these wings are good, but there's thermite in the sauce. Is that normal? And like, I did this whole video. It's very funny. It's one of my favorite things I've done in a long time. And dude, the establishment, the 9/11 Tavern, God bless them. They're called that because the address is between 9 and 11 or something.
Oh my God.
They were so mad. They DM me. They're still unread DMs because I don't even know how to respond to them because they're like, why would you do this to our family-run establishment? I'm like, you've got 25 years to change the name of this place. Also, though, the wings. The wings are so good, you'll never forget. And there's another place called Adolph's. The other place I went to was called Adolph's.
Oh
Every time you take a bite, my mustache would shrink a little bit. It was crazy. But the food reviews are good. The comments on that are electric.
Yeah. Are you still working with the Bengals at all? Do they renew that season by season?
So the NFL is so conservative that it's hard to get any real partnership with the Bengals specifically. They are very aware of who I am, but like I just do it all on my own, and I go to all the games. And now you know how the social media it is. Now everybody's following me. Like a lot of the players follow me, and a lot of the people that are associated with other teams now follow me and stuff like that. But 3 years of I've gone to every single Bengals road game, done a show the night before. And then I hit the tailgates and get content. And they have not made the playoffs once. So a lot of people are thinking it's my fault.
Yeah. So you're jinxing them for sure.
Oh, God. I didn't miss any of those tackles. All right.
Yeah. Right. Now, okay, I mean, do you find it difficult doing is it easier to do man on the street at tailgates? Are people more acceptable? Because, some people get weird about being on camera, right? And try to be dicks about it or what?
People love being on camera. And if they didn't, and if they don't, they walk away. But like, you'd be surprised. People are usually coming up to me, and those are the worst interviews. They're like, "Oh, I got something to say." They got nothing to say.
Right.
But it's really me. Honestly, it's quite literally me crowd working somebody one-on-one. And my brain works in a way where, honestly, if there's a void or if I'm backed into a corner, the only thing I know how to do is make a joke. And it's why I'm funny. And it's honestly, I've always been that way. It's I was in the back of the room making jokes in the one moment of silence in every classroom I've ever been in. And so, it's that's my strength. I put it on film and I go into crazy places with a microphone, and I lack I don't have any fear of going up to anybody, really, which is crazy. Because then I've also interviewed like celebrities and stuff. I've had to interview like Nick Saban. I got Aaron Rodgers, Michael Phelps, people that people would never want to interview. Yeah, Rodgers, dude, and people don't.
You cracked Rodgers, man.
Yeah, I cracked all these guys to like get them to, because that's the thing with them. And I know how the kids are using the term cracked. I didn't mean it like that.
My bad.
But you have a 10 to 12 second window to make them at least smirk, right?
Yeah.
You need to, and once you have somebody's sense of humor aligned with you, the world is yours in that conversation. And so that's the key. Get them to laugh early and often, and you can have any conversation you want to have. So.
Yeah. What's your favorite old school memory of Michael? Rico, you go way back and stuff.
God,
so
dude.
If you're telling a Michael Turner story,
I think just him winning that shitty car. That was great.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
And monkey pants.
Yep.
In Tempe, Arizona. Yeah.
Did you drive that thing around?
Yeah, I did. I had a lot of fun with that, actually. We made some good videos. I put Houston rap over it oftentimes.
Yep.
And then it had a tape deck. I had a Bobby Brown tape. That was my prerogative. And it was 2000 Buick Continental, maybe. And then it was all and I gave it to my brother, and then I think he let it die. But isn't that the story of our relationship?
Oh,
come on.
But Turner was around in the golden era, man. That was a crazy time to be around the Tempe Improv.
Yeah.
So the craziest thing about my starting in Phoenix, and I always brag about it, is tell people like, "Oh, you started in Phoenix? How's that?" I started with, if you don't know any of these names, you should look them up. But I started with Michael Longfellow, who was recently on SNL.
SNL, killed it.
I worked with Chappelle Lacey, who's popping. If you don't know his name in stand-up comedy, you should look him up. He's doing great. Jesse Johnson, aka Jesse Johnson.
Yeah.
And Jet Ski is popping right now. She started on Kill Tony in the band, and then now she's doing her own thing. She's on Bad Friends a lot. And then Charles Angle, who's doing great things in New York City. Anwar Newton is still in Phoenix, but he's like the big dog in Phoenix, and he's super, super funny. So like we didn't know we were that good back then. We were just people that were going to mics. And then now looking back, we're like, oh, damn. We're all pretty good comics.
You had a scene, and we're back with Michael Turner here live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, talking about coming up from a comedy scene and having a scene, and a bunch of different mics to be able to work with. Tempe Improv was instrumental in the growth of all the comedians that was mentioned there, and the House of Comedy popped up as well. They were good for mics, and of course Stand Up Live, and then there's a bunch of little venues all around Valley, and Phoenix comedy scene is still a scene. Tucson is still trying to be a scene and still has some comedians that are actively working hard and to try to continue to create things. But it really comes down to like having that group of comedians to constantly impress each other, get jealous of, and push each other further and stronger. And, we knew it and recognized it way back when I was having all these comedians on the show. Back in the day, even Michael, when he was still in his corporate gig, wearing a tie and everything before he went to his marketing job. I mean, you had a career to go to, but then you're like, F that, dude. I want to wear sweatpants all day, every day.
100%. Dress for the job you want. My job I want is to be able to take naps at any moment of the day.
You're ready to go, dude. Yeah.
I'm 39, dog. I'll take a nap right now, dog. Don't challenge me, bro.
Yeah.
I can't believe you got me up at 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, something like that. I'm about to take a nap right after this, go to the doctors and try to hope that he won't tell me I'm dying within the next 7 years.
Yeah. Well, you know what though, but that, that's a testament to, your professionalism, and it makes a lot of sense. And honestly, I was telling Rico too, I was like, he woke up, he was on it. And I'm so glad you are for two reasons. Like one, it's always been part of the game, right? As a comedian, you got to constantly go out there, promote yourself, market yourself. You are your own small business, right? Pushing that out there. And two, there's so many comedians now that once they get to a certain level, they start their own podcast. And then they think they don't need to do that anymore, right? And again, it negates it and it leaves a wide opening. I mean, I really wish that you take the opportunity for every radio show all across the country to get to know them, plant the seeds, and get to know one audience at a time, because that's how you continue to grow your brand until you're at that level where you're like, I could do media, but I just sold out an arena in 15 minutes. So I think I'll sneak in. You know what I mean?
You got to take any avenue to make a connection with an individual that doesn't know you right now. And also I'm old school in the way that I grew up in, born in 86. So like, I know radio, I know what radio is. And I also know that if you're still listening to this show, it means something to you. So that is actually the best avenue to reach somebody because they're committed to you as much as they can be. So jump on the airwaves and mess with them and try to build a new fan or at least introduce yourself to somebody that doesn't know you. So
yeah, you're our friend, and we wanted to introduce our friend to our friends, right? So our friends, definitely check out Michael Turner's comedy special on YouTube. Michael Turner live on New Year's Eve, and I'm sure the rest of your year you get booked out pretty solid, right? So you're touring all the way around, or what? What you looking like?
So I love sports and I love comedy. And so this summer, I'm going to actually do a bunch around baseball games, go to hit some games, go do, I've got 10 cities lined up right now. So watch the special and then check out the tour and see if I'm coming to a city near you. If I'm not, hit me up, let me know where I should pull up. But I'm doing it all on my own, man. And it's funny, man. You say like some people, I've done all this. I say it proudly, but like, I only did it because I had to. I did it all by myself. I don't have any help. And that's the coolest thing about this day and age, though, is you can be a self-starter more than you've ever been able to be, at least from my understanding of what the industry was before I got into it. And people are always like, man, you're doing so much. You're doing this, you're doing that, man. I want to be like you. And I'm always telling them, I'm like, yo, the only difference between me and you is I'm doing. And you're sitting here talking to me about doing. And so I knew I wanted to do a stand-up special, so I did it. And I knew I wanted to keep touring after I dropped it, and so I set it up. And it's a cool thing because it is what I make it. And I'm just a dude from the Midwest that doesn't know nothing else but to work hard. So it's worked out for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I still want to make it a goal to get you to do a gig here in Tucson. We'll try to make that happen this year. We're trying to make a lot of things happen this year, but we would hope that we get everyone out to see you. But if not, you guys make sure you follow Michael Turner on social media, and of course check out the YouTube page. There you can subscribe. He's always posting content, and he'll have a bunch of baseball related content on the street type stuff as well. And then on social media, it's Michael Turner Comedian.
It's Turner Comedy on everything. So at Turner Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. And then I think YouTube is at Michael Turner Comedy. But on YouTube, it's easy to just look up Michael Turner, and it's called Live on New Year's Eve. But if you look up Michael Turner Comedy, you'll find me on YouTube and anywhere. And Turner Comedy everywhere else, though.
Yeah, on the YouTube stream, we're going to show the first 2 minutes of that special, get you familiar with it. And then we're going to let Michael go take his nap. And then we're going to talk all things Tucson Doobie with Chrissy here on the stream. So you can join us, youtube.com/beef. You're going to keep it right here. We'll be back after music from Bad Omens on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
We'll get them down here in Tucson when all the kidnapping stop.
Honestly, no, throw me into the eye of the storm, brother. Dude, I need to get. I'm gonna solve this crime, dog.
Yeah. Well, someone needs to. I mean, our sheriffs aren't doing it really, but I'm gonna stop picking battles with the sheriff. I don't think that will work out for me. So just check out first 2 minutes here. Check out who shot this, by the way, real quick.
I was gonna say my boy Dude IDK is his IG handle. His name's Nick Holmby, but Dude IDK he goes by, and he's great. He's a Colorado guy, good dude.
Nice. Excellent. Well, we're going to let you go on that note, Michael. And honestly, we'll have you back again. So keep in touch. But we'll continue to follow you. I mean, Rico and I literally are
I was
fangirls.
so excited. I was like, yes, Turner.
I know. I appreciate you boys, dude. This is awesome.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, well, always
It's all
liking and
coming
sharing your
full
shit too.
circle.
So. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
man. I appreciate it, guys. You know me. I ain't. I'm gonna just keep working at it. And so the next time I come through town, and I want to line something up in Tucson for sure. So I'm always down. As much as I talk smack about the U of A Wildcats, I'll pull up, dude. Go Devils,
That's fair.
baby.
I mean, yeah. You're ASU alum. I get it. You know, the rivalry runs deep amongst you folk. Yeah.
All right, guys. Appreciate you very much. Thank you for playing.
Yes, sir. Have a great day.
Proud of
dude.
ya.
Yeah, Michael
Later.
Turner, everybody.
Thanks,
Here's the first 2 minutes of his comedy special. Just want to show you, and you can watch the rest. Michael Turner live on New Year's Eve. That is YouTube page.
Enjoy it, guys.
Thanks, man.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Michael Turner. I've never seen anybody shoot a comedy special on New Year's Eve. I'm here in Fort Collins, Colorado with the Comedy Fort. Let's see what happens.
You're going to love him. The very funny Michael Turner. Let's hear it.
I love coming up to Fort Collins, dude. You guys are great. I'm not from here. But you guys, is everybody like from Fort Collins up here? No? This is a place you move from other places to? Is that what's happening? I had no idea. Yeah? Where are you from? Georgia? You came here, and then where are you from in front of them? You're visiting, yeah. You're good. Yeah, we're actually going to go back to rural Wisconsin. So I don't want to flex too hard on you, but the cheese curds ain't fucking hitting out here. Calm down. You're in a town with a bunch of highly functioning alcoholics, so you're at home, right? Can you hang at high elevation? Yeah, that's a guy. What are you drinking there? You're not from Wisconsin. That's insane.
All right, that's Michael Turner, everybody.
facts.
Yeah, check out the whole comedy special. I watched it this morning. It was great. So yeah, I should have pointed to you if you had any questions. Do you have any questions or?
It's too late, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll answer
me?
for him. Yeah, well, you know, Rico knows a thing or two about Michael, so have any questions, he'll answer for you in his RFK Jr. voice.
Does he get mistaken for Shane Gillis?
Oh yeah, well, I'm glad you didn't ask that.
No, but no,
online, the comments
sure
and comparisons have been
all
there,
the time.
right? Yeah, because they're just like, oh, it's a doughy white guy comedian, and and honestly, I guess
think even the speech though, too, like the way.
You know what? I mean, being from Ohio and Pennsylvania, super close together as well.
Yeah.
So
And he's always been like that tonality too, so it's not like he hijacked it either. So it's kind of like you look at that and be like,
and that's
he probably just loathes that.
Well,
so.
yeah, because imagine this, right? And we've known him forever, and yeah, he's always been that guy, right? And then Shane Gillis blows up as a more successful version of him, and then getting compared to him, be like, hey, you're just copying this guy, and it's like, fuck, I've been this guy forever. What are you talking about? That's what people call me Steve-O, right?
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing, which
is unfair. It's like because Turner is like, he's phenomenal. That guy is like growing up, like working in that world for over 10 years. You know what I mean? Seeing all the open micers and all these other cats come up, and it's like he's one of like 3 or 4 that are like legitimately like comedians.
Yeah,
where you're looking at them like, oh shit, like that's an artist right there.
Right.
But yeah, like his style, you can totally see the comparisons between Shane Gillis and that a little, like you said, it's easy to compare the two, but they're drastically different in like delivery as far as like content and like what they put out there and social media presence and all that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch
He's great. He's great.
I'm going to watch the special later for sure.
There you go. Yeah. Good morning, Chrissy. You look beautiful.
Morning.
Yeah.
Thanks, Beef.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, and thanks for being here. I mean, last time
Thanks for
Chrissy
being
was here,
patient.
she was yes, and I got you in on the conversation this time, because last time she was here, unfortunately, she sat in the lobby the entire time. We talked with Spawn creator Todd McFarlane, which is a big deal.
No, I know.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So it was okay because of that.
Yeah, but at the same time, you could have been sitting here listening to us, listening to him talk our ears off the entire, because I couldn't get a word in edgewise, which was great, because it's fucking Todd McFarlane. But at the same time, I'm like, I was trying to find an out. Oh man, I was trying to find it out.
Get high?
Right. No, he still would have been like, actually, we got 3 series here. So, but speaking of getting high, let's talk about that a little bit, and then we'll talk more about it. I got a minute commercial break coming up. But Tucson Doobie is doing another high on 4th, which is amazing.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah. So what you got planned for this high on 4th here?
Oh, well, we've got a lot of different experiences. So speaking of comedy, we're going to have a comedy show act going on at one of our venues. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, right. So the idea is really to bring people down to 4th Avenue and celebrate that avenue in Tucson and get people to exposed to some new cannabis brands and have different experiences at each venue. So we've got some heady kind of glass blowing vibes. We've got comedy. We've got some art. We've got this great photo booth. Got
a little festival action.
All on 4th on a beautiful afternoon, right?
Yeah, 69 degrees for a high.
She said it.
I know. I went there.
It's like, thank you. I won't be
Is it 69 at 420?
Oh, yeah, you gotta check that. Okay, let's get over our numerology, our horny numerology here. But how many vendors you got going on this time?
I got 14 cannabis brands. We've got 6 DJs. We'll have different DJs at each spot, different vibe at each one.
Yeah,
8 venues, 14 brands, 6 DJs.
Yeah, and they're gonna have goodies and giveaways as well too.
Oh,
right?
you know it. Yeah.
I wasn't lying when I said that to Michael. I mean it. Like you go to one Tucson Doobie event, you are set.
I walked
for the
away with
foreseeable future.
Random pipes and like a pinata full of weed. I was like,
those were cute.
I was like, man.
I know. No, it's so good. So yeah, high on 4th is perfect time of year for that too. You have Slobby involved as well in the new Super Thrift. What is that going to be one of the pop-up spots there on 4th?
It is. Yes, we'll have Verdant Cannabis down there. We'll have 2 DJs down there. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. You've been staying busy. What other events? You got the R&Ds happening too and all that?
Yes, Tucson Foodie has their R&D dinners going on. Tucson Doobie has those plant-based, elevated dinners, heightened experiences.
Oh, I love it so much. Yeah, Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out here with Chrissy from Tucson Doobie as we're talking about an event here on 4th Avenue this Saturday, right? Sunday. Even better, to be honest with you. Yes.
Right. The Lord's Day.
It is the Lord's Day. It'll be 69 degrees. And we'll continue to go down the rabbit hole a little bit here on the social media because Tucson Doobie is the Instagram page. Continuing to grow in popularity here, as the culture continues to grow throughout there because it's all events. I'm pulling up this one right here. This was Chef Padilla, our good friend Christian Padilla, and Jackie Cooter?
Jackie Cooter. Yes.
Cooter?
Yes.
So I did. My bad, Jackie. Yeah, sorry. That's the way. No, that's the way. I'm sorry, I pronounced it wrong.
Couture.
Yeah. But Couture.
Joe Dirte.
Yeah, but this is an event that you had here not too long ago, right? Well, tell me a little bit about this because this food looked amazing, and you were obviously here to eat it. So, what did they whip together in this kind of fusion cooking event?
Yeah, that was our High on Love post Valentine's Day infused brunch.
Oh, nice. So this was a brunch. So
what
did the chefs whip together? Because it looks great. I'm trying to see exactly what these dishes are, and these are all vegan too, right?
Oh no, those are not vegan. Those are actually I think 4 out of 5 courses were seafood.
Nice.
There was some sea bass. There was some tempura shrimp. This blue corn waffle. Different garbanzo bean toast and.
Keep talking.
Yeah, keep going. Hold on, actually, I should let me set the tone with the music here.
It is. There was the toast.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tell me more.
Garbanzo beans.
So those were little Rice Krispie kind of treat, like a puffed millet treat into an ashtray that we just saw. Oh, some jumbo shrimp right there.
Oh, that's amazing.
There's the bean toast.
Yeah, these events, how often are you doing these type of events? The foodie / Tucson Doobie events?
Yes, so those events, we do about 8 of them a year.
Okay, when's the next one coming up? I mean, you just had Valentine's Day. March 23rd. And what's the theme? Is it going to be like a St. Patrick's Day-ish kind of theme or no? Do you know yet?
To be determined.
I don't know yet.
To be determined.
Nice. I love it, But yeah, let's talk more.
Fun?
Yeah, there's a bunch of information I want to give you, including, discounts and things like that on the podcast broadcast stream. So we're going to do that right now, youtube.com/beefvegan. There, we're also going to react to the bad 24 hours that Deen the Great had. And if that name isn't familiar to you, congratulations, you're over 30. But for people under 30, they realize he's a streamer, and he got his ass kicked not once but twice live on Kick. And with Rampage Jackson right there clowning him the entire way. I'll break that down for you on the podcast broadcast, but you can join us youtube.com/beefvegan. Yeah, you're nodding your head like you know about this.
The Rampage Jackson thing.
Yeah, well, and Deen The Great. Yeah,
I saw snippets online.
Okay, so yeah, it is viral online, and I'll give you.
I have zero idea what you're talking about.
No clue.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm going to give you the example here, and this is rough. I got some videos that I shared, but first I'll probably have to go to. There's a slap that happened initially, and that slap happened live on the stream, but then it followed up with even worse the next day. So Rampage Jackson's former UFC fighter turned Kick streamer, right? Making money. He's pretty funny to follow, to be honest with you. And he's always doing 24/7 live streaming. Okay, so that's what he was doing, and basically he linked up and it was doing a live stream with both Deen The Great. Deen is the short guy with the braids right here, and this guy is Larry. I'm forgetting his last name, but he's a 300-pound bodybuilder, right? And so earlier in the day, they were doing exhibitions, MMA exhibitions, and you know, Deen The Great is a trained fighter, so he thought he could take out the big 300-pound man. At one point, he did make him tap, but at other points, Larry basically emasculated him, was able to pick him up and spin him around like a rag doll because he's a giant man. Well, Deen The Great, and they all went out to dinner, and Deen got drunk and started aggressively hitting on Larry's wife. Right in front of Larry, basically, essentially trying to turn him into a cuck. And if he's 300 pounds and this man is right here feeling disrespected, that's not going to end well. And that's exactly what happened here.
Whoa. I know we're streaming this shit. I know, hey, bro, don't disrespect the king like that. You know why?
She a queen, though.
Listen. Whoa. I know we streaming. Got to chill. We got chill. I know we streaming, nigga. Hey, honey, or liquor, nigga. I know we streaming, but honey,
his wife up for grabs.
Hey, he's been mad disrespectful. Hey, did you get that?
This.
We doing with the hands. Listen. You ready from 200 Guthrie? Oh! Deen. All night getting shit on. Yeah. Deen. That was a real ass slap, nigga. Get your ass in the van, nigga. It was a hard ass slap, nigga. Come on. Come on.
Bitch ass nigga. Fuck this nigga.
Come on.
Can we watch the slap again?
Yeah. In fact, you'll see it.
Hey, he's been mad disrespectful. Ooh.
Wait.
Deen. You ready from 200 Guthrie? Oh!
Yes. So that's bad, but it gets worse, right? Now, Deen did not handle this well as expected, okay? In fact, actually, they live streamed right after the fact, and, you know, Rampage was consoling him, but in a hilarious Rampage fashion, okay? And he did not take it easy on Deen. In fact, it went like this, and this is probably some of the funniest comedy you'll see all day.
My boy, hey, I should have had your back. But I ain't want that big nigga smack. Oh! That nigga big as fuck, nigga. That nigga strong as fuck. He was on your arm, nigga. That was a real ass slap, nigga. Get your ass in the van, nigga. I ain't gonna lie, I feel bad for you because you look gay. You look gay with all this bedazzled on, and you got bitch smacked by a 300-pound nigga. Man up and apologize, like, all right, bro. I heard you loud and clear. I'm never flirting with your wife again. You deserve it.
I need my get back, bro.
You can't do nothing. Get your ass back to the gym, nigga. Get your get back. You just got slapped like a bitch, but we ain't gonna talk about this shit.
You're doing karaoke about it now.
It wasn't funny when you got slapped. It wasn't. When he smacked you, said, all right. Your dick got hard. It wasn't funny. Lil Deen got slapped. Lil Deen, nigga, got slapped. He really hurt you? He really hurt you? Hey, yo, you took it. I'm a big nigga. Hey, but guess what? He gave it to you. Slap that. Get Deen some more. Slap that. Slap Deen to the floor. Slap that.
It just did not
stop. I was just slammed you. Yeah, nigga, you was wrong.
Now, it looked like, and he said you were wrong. And the truth was, Deen was in the wrong, but it didn't stop Deen from being in the wrong. Unfortunately, the very next night, they kept drinking, went to another dinner, and Deen was running his mouth to a man he didn't know. What he didn't know is that this man was Rampage Jackson's fighting manager, former UFC fighter Tiki Gosen, right? Now, you don't fight or you don't talk shit to a former UFC fighter. And Deen the Great found this out the hard way and continuing the worst 24 hours of his life. Check this out.
You the manager, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did we meet?
I don't know, but we know mutuals and shit, so don't act like you don't know me.
No, I don't know you.
You definitely know
Nice
me.
to meet you, though.
Yeah, I don't be lying because girls around and shit. You definitely know me, bro.
Bro.
Not even on some disrespectful shit, but my manager know you.
Who?
Nadeem. You know Nadeem.
Nadeem's your manager?
Yeah.
No, I don't know you, but I don't like your attitude. And I don't like your fucking tone.
I don't like you at all, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Straight up. Yeah. Straight up.
What?
I said straight up.
Are you the guy that got slapped on video?
I did, but I'll slap the shit out you, though.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the inside of the house.
I'll make you another clip. Don't do that.
Seriously?
Don't do that.
Oh my God.
That's worse than a slap. And that continues in the 24 hours of Deen the Great. And there's more clips if you go down the rabbit hole on that. But this again was alcohol was the motivating factor in all this. To summarize, it's the same thing as Shia LaBeouf, who had just as bad at 24 hours as Deen the Great. And Shia was actually asking for it. Shia was previously, before he got his ass whooped, which he did get his ass whooped. This was him before he got into a fight and got beat up, trying to pick fights with just strangers in New Orleans on Mardi Gras. Look at that.
Shut up.
That's Shia picking fights, and then that's how it started, and this is how it ended here. Not great for Shia. Oh, this is actually him still trying to pick fights and everybody outside of a bar. Shirt off, right? Yeah, trying to fight everybody with the tattoos that he got from that one movie.
I was gonna say the tax collector movie.
Yep. And then this is how it ended for Shia. Not great, guys. One shoe's off. And then watch this. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. In a two-piece. It's a nerd out of nowhere comes in and talks shit too, but so again, two guys completely different, obviously, some sort of level of celebrity, and then they both had the same worst 24 hours ever.
Fat Lip Tuesday.
Fat Lip Tuesday is indeed, yeah. All right, we are back on the air, and unfortunately, all out of time. We ended the show watching some chaos of, two people who didn't know each other, both in a public spotlight, having the worst day ever. But there was one thing in common from both those people. There wasn't the fame; it was the alcohol. The alcohol led to the demons coming out, the talking smack to the wrong people, and basically running checks that your ass can't cash, basically, right? And starting fights and getting beat up. So, at the end of the day, yeah, I remember like somebody saying when it comes to having an alcohol problem, right? If you drink once and bad things happen to you, you have an alcohol problem. You don't have to be drinking every single day to be considered an alcoholic. It's the things that happen in reflection to your life when you drink. If bad things happen whenever you drink, you have a drinking problem. Whether it's once a year, once a decade. If bad things happen every time you drink, you have a drinking problem, so you should not drink, right? And that's just how it is. And that's a sign of an alcoholic. And that's my beef tip to you.
Sounds like they need to come chill at the Tucson Doobie event instead.
Right. Yeah, well, again, we're on radio. Right? But you got to watch the podcast broadcast to get all that info and follow us on social media as we'll be sharing up a bunch of clips about some cool things happening this weekend. Chrissy from Tucson Doobie, thank you for coming in and joining us. We'd like to thank comedian Michael Turner for joining us as well. And his comedy special is live, available on YouTube right now. It's Michael Turner live on New Year's Eve. Well done today, Kendall. Yas did okay too. Rico, you killed it. All right, and thank you guys so much for listening. Tomorrow morning, we'll give away Shinedown tickets at 7 o'clock. We'll continue to give away tickets for John Mulaney, and tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners.
Girl Scout Delaney.
Yes, and Delaney was here too. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All makes sense. All right, thank you guys so much for listening. But we're out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you
Man,
wish
today was chaos.
upon
A
a
little
side
bit.
of
It was a
beef,
lot. It was sex talk, Girl Scout cookies.
And to all your grief. But if
I love
you've
do-si dos.
been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.
Rico loves those. Babuski.
Oh, you
Oh.